Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the Steelers Dynasty Podcast. I am Bubba Brewer, and I'm going to bring on Shane Stodler tonight. We're going to talk a little bit about some craziness that we've been hearing. So, without further ado, I'm going to bring in my co-host, special field correspondent Shane Stodmiller. Shane, this is some
So, Bob,
crazy stuff, right, bud?
yeah,
How you been?
good. So I hit you up today. We usually do a lot of live streams, but we're going to do a video here and there because there a lot of the baloney. We got to dispel some rumors. And Bubba,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, I mean, this is going to be about a 15-minute video. What do you think of the rumors that are coming out of the news and media?
Every rumor that I heard has been crazy, and a lot of these rumors are just it just makes me laugh. Like,
Clickbait.
and yeah, and the Steelers organization doesn't do this crazy stuff anyway. So I don't know why
No,
other podcasters or news guys, sports guys are actually doing this. This is unreal. You
no, the
know,
Steelers have no history of making these type of moves. They're very conservative. I mean, they are white toast. That's it. I mean, not even a
the
little bit
white
of brown
toast.
on them, just white
Well, I
toast.
like my toast a little bit more than white, but
I like
um,
raisin. I like a little bit of raisins in there. I
okay.
want some. I want some fancy toast.
Well, now I heard, and we did this video on the most craziest trade that I have
Let's
ever
talk about
heard
it.
in my entire
Mhm.
life. Okay, I know we lost last week to the Ravens in that fashion, and nothing has been done this week. Just all these rumors, and the biggest rumor was T.J. Watt, George Pickens for the quarterback, Sanders out of Colorado, and another and like a first round pick we get too. And I'm like, that is just ridiculous, just
No,
ridiculous.
first of all, I don't think Shedeur Sanders is worth it. Now his college stats were fantastic, but I'm going to give you some issues, some concerns. First of all,
Okay.
his size. He is not NFL size for being a quarterback in any way, shape, or form. The I think about Pat White. I think about he's not like a Ryan Leaf that's a big dude or that did make it or
Okay.
Pat White was an athletic guy that was small, kind of like Shedeur Sanders. Now Shedeur Sanders has a great and accurate arm. I give him that,
Okay.
but he has an NFL caliber receiver he's thrown to in Hunter at Colorado. That's not you're trading Pickens and you don't have another receiver in line. I
Right.
mean,
We
who's he
don't have
going to freaking
anybody.
throw to? Right. And then
Nobody.
TJ Watt, he might have had a bad end of the year. I think he was a little bit injured. But if
Right.
you get some secondary help, I think Herbig coming back from being injured, they get healthy. I think you don't trade a once in a generational talent
No.
in TJ Watt and Cam Hayward. I didn't know this till last night, Bubba. He has as many Pro Bowls as me, Joe Green.
Oh yeah. He has 10. He has 10. So I mean, when Colin on his show, that Colin Callherd or whatever he
Yeah,
just
yeah.
does that, and there's no way that the Steelers are going to blow and burn it down. There's no way.
No.
The Steelers defense is 100 and I think 145 million. They were in the top, and I didn't know this also. The Steelers defense had like the top three penalized defense in the NFL at
Right?
over 1,000 yards. So you take that away, and the Steelers defense was still in the middle of the pack. They had one or two in interceptions, and stuff like that. So the Steelers, why would you get trading
Yeah,
T.J. Watt is just ridiculous.
you cure some of your D-back problems, then things are going to look a little bit brighter. I mean, Joey Porter Jr. Was called. There are more flags going out than Mardi Gras. I mean, it looked like some sort of parade. People just throwing like it looked like the refs had terrible towels.
Well, okay, so he's, but you also too with the stigma of a Sanders, you got to deal with his old man. So the Steelers definitely don't need that. I mean, and he's
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
veto.
he's
He's going to
good.
veto anything anyway. And guys, there is no way that the Steelers are doing this. And
No,
there is
no.
so
Art,
much. No,
now,
there's
now I'm
no
going to
way.
ask you something else too.
Okay.
Knowing the culture of the Steelers, even though it's somewhat not what it was, but still they're very conservative. They're not going to go for a prime time junior as in Shedeur Sanders, who, has his, some rap songs and a lot of attitude to go with it. Art Rooney is not going to put up with that crap, and the Steelers organization is not going to put up with that crap.
I don't want to put up with that crap.
I don't want to see it.
I never seen him play in Colorado, and I think, and I don't think he's a generational talent. So
No, he's not.
why even speculate Watt, Pickens, and a first round pick for Sanders? Why even? They're just doing that just to throw views or whatever, and that's why we are trying to be like, look, this is not ever, and it's just ridiculous, and it's not ever going to happen. The Steelers don't make crazy trades like that. We're not the Cleveland Browns, for Christ's sake. We're not an organization that does crazy shit like that. We try to build through the draft. I believe we're 21st, I believe, in the draft. I think
21st,
so.
20 or 21st.
Yeah. So I mean, in my thing, when I talked with Mark, me and Mark talked, I think the Steelers, and I've told everybody, the Steelers need to, keep the defense that they have, tweak it just a little bit. Okay. Play Beanie Bishop, Cam Sutton gone, you know what I mean?
Right.
And put
Free up
Corey
some
Trice
cap
as a
space
corner.
there.
Yeah, and save a little money and put all the money into the offense. So with George Pickens, you give him some help and some star player capabilities. But we don't know who our quarterback is. So I just don't know. So who knows who's going to be throwing the ball?
Now here's the thing. I think on the show last week, I said I don't think Russell Wilson's going to be there. I take that back. I really think they sign him if they get him at a good price. They keep him because that's the only consistent. His numbers aren't that bad after I looked at the last few games.
No, they're not.
They're not great, but it's better than what the Steelers had before. But that's not saying much. But they need to just tighten up. And now they're 2 or 3 years away from being a contender. If you're a Steelers fan like I am and you are, and you think that next year they're going to be competing for an AFC championship or even a Super Bowl, you need to be tested for drugs.
Well, I might have to be tested for drugs because I'll
you
take
want to be tested,
but
Bubba.
But I know that we need a lot of help.
Yes.
And I just feel that any trades like this are just so it's not ever going to happen.
Well, Bubba,
And
you have another year or two of the draft class that they had. Last year, I think, was a minus, at maybe even A, solid A, for Frazier, Bishop, McCormick, Trice. I mean, a lot of those.
Frazier, I just saw before we went and did this recording, Frazier had let up 1 sack in 15 games.
Right.
That's pretty good. Really good. So they'll be having some cohesiveness, and our offensive line is going to be a little younger, so they still have experience with McCormick, Frazier, Jones, and then Troy Fontana comes back from injury. So that's 4 out of 5. Maybe they get a veteran guard, and Nate Herbig's brother will be back too.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see. But just these crazy speculated stuff from all these podcasters, all these Steeler podcasters looking. And before I got on with you, I was watching a Steelers podcast, and they were talking about quarterbacks that aren't even worth a plug nickel that are in the NFL that should be a Steeler. And I was like, you got to be kidding me. So all this stuff is just stuff just to throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. I'm not like that. I'm not going to say nothing until it goes down. But this BS trade rumor is just ridiculous. Just ridiculous.
So let's talk the back end. Let's talk about our show. We have a show called Steelers Dynasty Podcast. We started this year. We have a real tight community. We're trying to grow it. If you like this content, go ahead and click like and subscribe. Notification every Wednesday. We're live. We have a community where we interact.
We talk Steelers football. We're a Steeler podcast that I live and breathe Steeler football. And look, I'm not going to be burning down the organization. Do I get upset? Yes. Am I passionate? Yes. Do I want the Steelers to win all the time? Do I expect them to win the Super Bowl? No, I'm being realistic. But I mean, this year I wanted to get one playoff and go from there. We're just the Steelers are in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, they're
They can't
good.
get
They're not
ahead,
great.
and they're looking back.
Yep.
And we got to know what we're going to be picking up this off season, which we'll do these videos, when something comes up. But this week so far, there has been nothing but all these rumors and speculations, like it's like the National Enquirer. So I'm glad we did this video stating, we both are in agreement. We do not want that trade to happen. You have seen him play, and he's just not your generational type athlete.
No,
And the
he's
quarterback
NFL. He's
position.
not. He is college good. He's not NFL great. He could. CJ Stroud is the reason that we're having this conversation
Okay.
because he's right on. He could be kind of like a CJ Stroud. Some team might grab him and have a couple good years. But here's the problem: he has not been healthy for an entire season of college. What makes you think that he can take that to the NFL and stay healthy?
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
No.
Not healthy during his whole college career, and then he got to deal with his dad.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
his
not
dad's a
even
pain in
worth
the
it.
ass. Now,
Yes.
I love watching this show on that. They have a new season. I'm about to watch it this weekend. It's entertaining. I love watching that show on Amazon Prime. It's fantastic. But is it worth the all the drama that comes with him? No. If you think your locker room's a mess now, you'll totally lose it when you get that diva in here. So not only as a Steelers fan, I don't want him here, but we don't need him yet. And we're not to that point. There's going to be a quarterback coming up. And you know what? We might be holding our breath for a few years, waiting for another Big Ben. I mean, we're going to have a few Mark Malones. We're going to have. At this time, I'll take a Bobby Brister or Neil O'Donnell. But
me too. I would take a Cordell Stewart.
Cordell Stewart. We'll take a Cordell.
Yeah.
In today's day and age, a Cordell Stewart would be a lot more successful.
He'd be MVP.
But
MVP.
I just want and the Tomlin trade rumors just don't think about that as a fan.
It's never going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah,
They're not getting rid of him.
Everybody wants Cowher circa the time in '92 where he took that picture when they got called for 12 men on the field and they had 11.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. I just saw that today.
Yeah, he shoved it in that ref's shirt before he went out at halftime. Everybody wants someone like the Chin to get a little bit upset, a little bit of fiery. Tomlin does get fiery, but we're gonna make it through. So, as a Steelers fan, if you just like to talk about Steelers football, talk about food and stupid shit, join us Wednesday.
That's us every Wednesday at 9:00, and there's going to be a lot of stuff in this off season, and we're just going to keep going. So, guys, hit the subscribe button. We are slowly trying to do the best we can and bringing you guys, because we're both from Western Pennsylvania. That's the thing. So we're right in the heart of Steeler Nation. So, yeah, that's not a good trade. I'm not in agreement for him, and I hope it never ever. People just let's get some responsible situations for the Steelers to get in, not these crazy situations that it will never ever happen.
Yep. So hey, Bubba, thanks for popping on.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for coming on, Shane. I mean, I know you're busy, and ladies and gentlemen, catch us every Wednesday night at 9:00. Steelers Dynasty Podcast on YouTube and also on the Triple B Experience on Spotify. Those channels are linked, and then all the shows are on the audio if you like to listen in your car. So, Shane, I'll see you. See you guys later, Bubba. And we'll be around some other time. Go Steelers!
Belongs. Big